Light and darkness. The spaces and pieces of a chessboard. But amidst the light and the dark, the white and the black, there is gray. There is the nothing. There is everything. There is the in-between. The gray is the action on the board. The gray is the thoughts of the players, methodical, contemplative, as they move pieces across the board. The gray is the pieces capturing one another, the tension in the room, and everything that the game is not. The gray. It is not as stark as white and black, but it is nothing. It is everything. It is the in-between. As we zoom in on Palisade, we find Mayor Kane pacing back and forth in his office, looking out the large window onto Palisade's center square. He nervously bites his nails as you see sweat droplets forming on his brow. Sawyer lays down another file. That's 2 more, sir, that have succumbed to this blight. I don't know where else we can put them, but the barricades, they're not going to hold everyone. I know, Mayor Kane shouts as he breaks the glass on his desk. Sawyer, I can't tell if it's funny or if it's truly frightening that this is happening to Palisade while the rat queens are gone and nowhere to be found. We say that they are the thorn in our side, yet who was there when a god emerged from the sky? Who was there when a festival went from tragedy to something that the town rallied behind? And apparently who was there when none of us remember our town being threatened in the first place? I don't... Perhaps it's some dramatic irony of the universe, Sawyer, but... I pray to all the gods that they come back to Palisade. Palisade needs the rat queens now more than ever. Sawyer just stares at the ground, hearing Mayor Kane's words. Without even looking up, he nods. All right, sir, we'll begin the evening patrol to see if there are any more afflicted. As he walks out the door. Before he starts to walk, we zoom in on Sawyer's hand. We see that above a glove, there are pronounced gray veins emerging. Sawyer gripping his hand tighter, trying to do what he can until they return. We now cut into the labyrinth inside the Chaosium. The labyrinth of Andreas Acker's design. Our queens, having solved the second chamber, now find themselves in the third. Of course, the cost of the second chamber, the cost of the door opening was that of a choice. Choices our queens had to make. Whether they spared the lives of 3 friends they had made along the way, or saved 2 that were closer to them. Our queens ultimately chose to save Dee and Bobbit, leaving 3 friends to perish, to die, to never return. Our queens now find themselves standing in a grand space. A ballroom floor is in front of them, checkered white, black, white, black, white, black, like a chessboard. As to the left sit 5 white thrones, and to the right sit 5 black thrones. Throughout this space, there are curtains, there are fountains, there are pillars, there are plants, but everything is eerily white or black. As our queens look at their own attire, they see that their own garments are not the colors that they originated in. Instead, our 5 queens wear 5 slightly more decorative black armaments.
Mine's too long. I don't like this. I reached out and I start tearing the hem to make it shorter. This is stupid. I hate this. I don't like this.
I don't like any of this.
I take Betty's torn hems and I start wrapping them around my hands like I'm making like padding for punching because I feel like I'm not hitting soon.
So this is weird. It's like a formal torture chamber.
Yes, it is.
Maybe we're supposed to blood stain it, you know, what's red and what's white and black and red all over this ballroom floor. Maybe.
I feel like enough bloodshed has happened in this godforsaken labyrinth.
And it's his fault.
Yeah, I feel bad about the people that had to die, but we didn't kill them. We didn't reach out and kill them. This guy did it.
Maybe they're not dead. We didn't see their bodies. We don't even know.
Yeah, what
We
is
know.
real
We just made the right choice or the wrong choice. We were never not going to choose you. That was stupid.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That is for certain.
I do. I do feel guilty about that, though. So, I think. Thank you for choosing me and Bobbit. I mean, how could we let our little hot water guy die?
Yeah, that's really what put us over the edge.
Yeah,
get
we were
it.
like 3 people, hot water, D, Bobbit.
In that order?
That's where I made the decision ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, he was presented to us first just as Bobbit, and then and also really ageist. A lot of really bad ageism coming from the labyrinth guy.
Oh,
I guess once you become immortal, you start just like screwing it to the old people.
Oh, that might
But
be
then,
Totally.
Then they tossed in you, and Hannah was like, nope, and pulled her right away.
Yeah, I didn't even
So,
question it.
Like,
But Betty's right. It's we didn't do it. This terrible, terrible man is killing people.
I know you guys are saying that, and I'm sure that it feels that way to you, but it doesn't feel any better to me to hear that. I still feel like there had to have been a better way.
I don't know, Braga. This whole place, I think we figured out it's all an illusion. So maybe none of this is real, like Hannah said. But maybe those people have been in here long enough that maybe just their memories, or I don't know how magic works. This just all seems really bad and weird. And is this a giant puzzle? Is this thing a puzzle, or is this a thing we watch, or is this a
I'm guessing we don't just watch it.
Can we just have one thing that we just watch? I can't. So many puzzles.
My corset feels very real. I just want to say that out loud.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
Just take it off. You don't need. Just take it off. You don't wanna-
A lot of
in
boning.
this.
Yeah, it's pushing straight into
A
my
lot
left
of lifting.
hand.
A lot of lifting that I don't think is like really tactically sound.
Yeah. What? I mean, why?
Yeah.
I like it. I feel
It's good for,
really
like,
restricted.
posture. Good posture.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, mine feels pretty good.
Into
It
it.
looks good. Y'all look hot.
We are
Oh.
attractive.
Yes.
All of you.
No.
All
Yeah.
of us.
I'd
Yeah.
commission this painting.
Yeah.
I would.
That's another certainty.
Yeah.
How hot we look.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that the old guy in the sky who wants to kill us gave us nice outfits?
Yeah, what is this about?
You know what? That's like not even registering on my list of creepy things that guy
I
has
did-
done
well,
for
'cause
us.
he
Like,
He had to think of
that's
us naked first to put some other clothes on us. It
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
even
he was-
register as like there's a whole different level of creepy.
Honestly, I'm shocked we've been clothed this whole time based on what he's been doing to us
Mm-hmm.
in here. Like, it just feels like to be right up his alley.
Do you think he looks and this books of designs of dresses, and then it's like, okay, this one's gonna be on here. And then this, like, I mean, he must have. You can't just say dress this person if you're conjuring. I don't know how that
Maybe
works.
he
but-
screwed up because of
That's
how
probably
long yours was, though.
Whenever he's not talking to us, he's probably like shifting through books of design.
He's just got-
Like,
Yeah.
where is he now?
He's just looking at architecture books. He doesn't actually know.
he's
I mean,
planning the
Yeah.
next annoying.
he's pulling
Yeah.
puzzles from a puzzle
Like the
book.
next one's probably
for
like a
it.
like a swimsuit competition.
Yeah.
And then-
The fact is, he's not that clever. He's definitely following
No.
the rule book of something. He's like, oh, fuck, how do I fuck with them now? Because they beat that. I didn't anticipate
yeah,
that.
it's like,
Oh,
they
God.
blew out all the candles. I didn't think they blew out the candles. What are we gonna do
Exactly.
next?
How
I don't
did they know?
Ugh.
He just underestimated
I
us
mean,
like everybody does.
Who built a giant chessboard? I mean, really? You
Oh my God, it's a chessboard!
Chessboard
Did you not
is
know what it was?
real.
It's because they're all pieces from the black. The
I
black
thought
and the
it was
white
just
part.
tiling.
And they're
Well, it's both.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is
it's a
tiling.
floor.
But didn't you play chess?
Who?
Don't we know that you did that?
Betty?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
play chess.
Yeah, of course.
No, with Arius.
Oh.
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
It's less of us playing chess and him more monologuing and has a board.
He
Monologuing
kind of just
at
he
us.
moves it.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, you don't like control. You don't have.
This
any-
is it. We're here.
You think so?
Well, I mean,
We're closer to Arius than we ever have been.
you're probably right.
We've
Hey,
been
Arius,
inside
can
a
you
chaos
hear
for
us?
like days.
Can you see us?
I don't feel like that's what's happening because the people on the board when Arius and I were playing chess were the golden one, the ruddy. They were. I mean, these just look like folk in some dresses.
Do we see people?
You
wait,
see
wait, was the ruddy?
people.
Was that guy who was the ruddy? Was he one of the ones who we killed?
No.
You did not kill the Ruddy.
Okay.
No. We did not.
You did not kill Finley.
Finley.
Finley's
Who are the
good.
people we see in this room? Or what do they look like? Do we recognize them?
As the five of you, after turning to each other, examining your outfits, start to look around the space and get a more defined view of this room that you're in, you now recognize that this ballroom is actually octagonal. So there are 8 walls around this large space. You look to the left, there are 2 black doors. You look to the right, there are 2 white doors. And the people that are in this space are dressed in white and dressed in black, similar to you, except instead of necessarily wearing just black, it seems to be that their skin, their hair, their features are all either white or all either black.
Can I get situated to see if these people are real or I don't
Sure.
know, just get situated?
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
That is 18. I'm sorry.
18?
10 plus 3 is 13.
Wow.
Smidge.
Math's hard.
Talk about lucky.
Math
A
is hard.
13.
What is what is going on here is not obvious to me. Start with the general question.
Betty, the thing that stands out most to you is the space of the ballroom between the 2 chairs. It almost seems slightly raised from the ground. This seems to be the pinnacle point of the room.
The what does?
The space, the checkered board tiled floor between the 5 white thrones and the 5 black thrones seem to be kind of the epicenter
I
of the
see.
room.
Interesting. So the thrones are not on the chessboard?
They're on either side.
They're on either side.
Okay. They're not chess pieces. Interesting. And then there are people in here that are dressed like chess pieces.
Are
think
they?
I know what's supposed to
are they real people? Are these real people or are they just apparitions?
You can go talk to them.
I slap with the closest on the shoulder. Hey,
Oh.
hey, do you have a name? Do you have a hello? Oh, hi.
Hello.
Who are you?
My name is Timothy.
He must have been trapped in here a really long
Timothy.
time.
Timothy, what?
Timothy, why are you standing on this board?
Timothy the baker.
Okay.
Are you a real person, Timothy?
Yes, I am. I have a bakery and everything.
Where were you born?
I was born in Raven's Roost.
Why are you all white?
What do you mean I'm all white? I'm dressed in my regular clothing. Why are you in all black?
Because I'm dressed in all black.
Is he dressed in regular clothing or no?
He is wearing all white.
He's all wearing white.
Oh, Timothy. When was the last time you went to your bakery? I walk up and I say this.
Let's see. I finished making the rolls for the day. Cinnamon rolls. I said good night to my wife. I said good night to my mother-in-law. And then I prepared myself for bed. I washed my face. I brushed my teeth. I said my prayers. And then I fell asleep. And that, I think, was the last time I was in my bakery.
Well, not too bad as a way to be taken out of the world you're in, right?
Just like in his sleep.
But when did that happen? Like recently, or has it been like a long time since that happened? Because you didn't really answer the question. You kind of just deflected a little bit.
The time is weird here. I'm feeling... I don't really know if it was yesterday or perhaps 100 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't actually. That's a good question. As you see Timothy's brow kind of furrow as he looks down, deep in thought, trying to really pinpoint back when the last time he was in his bakery.
Timothy, I have a question. Have you like gone through any of the rooms here, or did you just wake up in this chessboard area?
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Oh.
Plus heart.
You still have
Two questions.
two questions.
I'll think of them.
Ooh, I do too.
Okay.
From last
I
week.
got a 5.
You just see Timothy is still deep in thought.
were
He
there
doesn't
tokens?
even like hear. That's right. Let's look.
Oh my goodness.
Hannah has 2 tokens. Violet has 1 token. Braga has 1 token. Dee has 1 token. Betty has 1 token. And there are 5 second chances.
Nice.
All
Thank you,
right.
Chad.
I'll do a second chance.
All right.
Thank you,
I was gonna take the
Thank you,
failure
Chad.
because Betty has, but still, that's fine.
Rip.
Okay, so I failed again. So
describe to me now, yeah,
I think
first you-
the first time I said what I said, like, hey, we've been here for a while, or did you wake up in this board? And then when we started to go back again, I got impatient and I grabbed him and scared him. I said, answer the question, Timothy.
You see
We don't
him-
have time to mess around anymore.
Braga, these are victims.
He is so petrified he cannot speak. You just see his eyes, his whole body starts to almost shake and shudder in your hands as you hear these.
I'm sorry, Timothy. I'm so sorry.
As you release him, he then hurries across the floor.
I'm sorry. I
Are
don't know.
you
what-
okay?
No, I don't matter.
You matter. You matter.
Yeah.
I'm just frustrated at this place, but that wasn't. That's not me. I don't want to be that person.
You're okay.
It's getting to all of us.
Yeah, it is.
This is really nutty and frustrating.
I have a theory, and I know I'm not the thinker, but what if Timothy believes that he's in his baker outfit because he was consumed by the great? And that's where these souls go, into this Chaosium.
Oh my gosh.
Grim.
That's a theory.
It's absolutely a theory.
So when you become great, you don't go to
Well, you're...
the after planes or whatever you believe in. You come here to this, I think, Chaosium. That's terrifying.
If all of the people that we have encountered came from Palisade, you can only assume that he's rampaging there. That would be the logical assumption.
Well, okay, we should look around for anyone we recognize because we've all spent a time in Palisade. We know people there, even if they're not people we know personally. We've bought baked goods. Has anyone seen Timothy? Has anyone bought bread from Timothy?
Can I use one of my questions to ask if we recognize any people from Palisade?
Recognize any of the people from Palisade. I will say you need to get a better look at who all's in the room, but I will say this, because, yes, you have 3 questions. This is your second one. Like a genie, I will answer you. You, Betty, with your knowledge of Palisade, your knowledge of the area, you remember when you went to Raven's Roost, when you visited Greg the Centaur, when you fetched the mead, when you ran into to Dave the Dwarf, and you were in that small town, this Timothy Bakery, Raven's Roost. You remember seeing a bakery sign.
Okay. Hey, I think this guy, we probably ran across him when we went to go get the mead a long time ago in Raven's Roost, because he said he was from Raven's Roost. So
Oh my goodness.
this is somebody who, at least not from Palisade, but he's close to Palisade.
Yeah.
So there's something going on there. Maybe we should all go. I mean, it seems like it's okay if he just left his space on the board, so it seems like we can just walk around on the board. Maybe we should try to see if we can piece together what's happening here.
I have a feeling if we sit down on those thrones, a chess game's going to start. So until we have to do it, let's try not to do that.
Yeah, because there's 10 seats total, so
Yeah.
so
Right, there's
only
5
5
on
of
one
us.
side and 5 opponents on the other side.
Oh, we probably have to fight somebody. I thought we were gonna play against each other, and I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Weren't
but-
the monarchs the white pieces?
I
don't
say that
know.
again.
The monarchs, weren't they the exact opposite of us in the good versions?
We're not the bad versions of
Well-
us.
I think they were the black piece. I think we were the white.
Oh, you know what? I think that
There's 5 thrones. It's not
that's
coincidental.
a very, very good point, and they probably are. Who else would it be?
They were made by a Chaosium, and we're in a Chaosium.
I don't know. Just saying. Pretty smart today. What the fuck is going on with my head?
Who knows? I mean, everything's gone whack-a-mole in here.
I wonder, how do we get out of here with our butts intact? Last question.
There is only one thing that is to be done in this room, and the 5 queens will make it to the 4th and final chamber. Once that task has been completed, the doors will open.
So I guess we have to play chess. Did we try opening the doors yet?
Betty, as soon as you say that, all 4 of the doors open.
Should we go? Should we
Go.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
I want to run full
I
speed
bolt.
ahead to the door.
Bolt.
Yeah.
Which one do you go to?
I go to the black.
There's 2 black on the left, and there's 2. No, I said there's. Yeah, there's.
On the right is the white.
Right is the white, and on the left is the 2 black doors.
Yeah. I'll go towards the left black door.
So, are you going towards the one on the leftmost black door or the rightmost black door?
The leftmost.
Leftmost black door. It seems so wrong. It feels like it shouldn't. So wrong.
So, who all is running into that room?
I run opposite, actually. I run to the white.
Okay.
So, you run to the leftmost,
The rightmost white door.
the rightmost white.
Oh, the first door that I'm
you're regretting
closest
this layout,
to.
aren't you?
Which one?
Okay. So if we're standing straight, there's 2 right doors. There's number 1 that's closest to me. Number 2 that's furthest from me. I'm going towards number 1 white door.
The rightmost. Right.
The right.
If the doors were a day of the week, I'd be heading towards Wednesday. Make it more complicated.
He's a clock. He's a clock. Guys.
Wonderful. Violet, you rush into the leftmost black door, and as soon as you barrel inside, you find yourself in this beautiful conservatory. You see in front of you is this incredibly sculpted and amazing mechanical astrological machine that slowly spins in the room. As you look up, there is actually a ceiling above you for the first time, a domed glass ceiling that shows all the stars in the universe.
Oh my goodness. Everyone, it's beautiful in here. Which makes me feel like it's extremely unsafe.
So wait, so do follow you or don't follow you? It sounds like you said don't follow you.
Someone should probably be in here with me. Someone probably should.
If I go running out, if I go in there with her, then there's no one out here to help you guys fight if you have to.
All right, do what you want.
Okay.
Fine, I run in
Well,
there
what
too.
if we all go in to the same room?
Sorry, somewhere.
Yeah.
I go over with Hannah, and I just stand in the doorway with Hannah. We're not there, but I'm gonna go towards where Hannah was and just hold the door open.
Great.
She doesn't
Amazing.
shut us.
Amazing. Amazing.
Who all runs into the conservatory with Violet? Dee and Braga, what do you do?
I'm gonna put myself in the middle of the 2 doors in case I need to run to either one.
See, here's the thing. The doors are on the white and the black are on the opposite sides of the room. So if you're going to stand between them, you're going to be right in the middle of the room. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The chessboard.
Not on the chessboard though.
No, not on the
Okay.
chessboard. You're just on the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna run in after Violet.
You run in after Violet.
Yeah.
Hannah, as you rush into the room that you head into, you are suddenly hit by very warm, moist air and the smell of flowers as you look around and you find yourself in this impeccable greenhouse. These plants are such a stark green against the white and black interior that they occupy. And you hear the slight chirp of birds in the distance, as if this greenhouse could possibly go on forever.
Pretty cool in here. You seeing this, Midge?
Hey, Hannah, I don't want to go. I'm just going to hold the door open because I feel like this door is definitely going to close at some point and trap you in here because that's how all these doors always work in these stupid puzzles. So, I want to take an arrow out of my my pack and just, like, wedge it in the door so it can't shut. You know, like where you put it in between.
It's so smart.
So it won't open. It's like...
Well,
all right.
2d6 plus gut.
Don't fuck it up.
This door's definitely going to close.
I
think it's a 7.
With a 7, you do jam the arrow in. It's not looking terribly sturdy. It could give at any time.
I don't know.
It's probably fine. All right. I go in with Hannah.
You walk in with Hannah. We cut back to the conservatory. Braga, you now join Violet in this beautiful, harrowing space as you realize you're not alone in here.
What do I see? Who is it? Hello? Hello?
You look and you see right beyond the astrarium, or the... Yes.
Ooh.
You see that there is a figure sitting in a chair looking up.
Who are you?
It's beautiful up there, isn't it?
Who are you?
Oh, as you see him fall back out of his chair. I did not mean to startle you. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to startle you at all. Apologies. You see him raise himself up as you look at this person, and for the first time, you are seeing color in this space. This individual almost has this amber-like glow to them as they are dressed in this beautiful orange velvety coat. And they have this kind of yellow, like this blonde oranges curls, these long beautiful curls and beard. Hello. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, yes. Oh, you asked for my name. Apologies. You can call me Forge O'Cree.
Ford O'Cree.
Forge O'Cree.
Forge O'Cree.
Braga, as you look at this person, they look slightly different to you.
Okay.
You see someone who is much taller, much more angular, much more thin and more bowed, like an elf, where in front of Violet, she sees much more of a rugged human male.
Did I hear this elf say the same thing?
Yes,
Okay.
in the same voice.
Okay.
It's just you both. I'm just saying for story-wise,
Gotcha.
this person takes on different appearances to people.
Okay. What are you doing here, Forge O'Cree?
Ah, yes. Well, I should be asking you two the same exact thing.
Trapped by a game master. What are you
Yes. Andreas Acker, is it not? Inside of one of Arius's Chaosiums.
doing? Yes.
That's correct.
Yes. Well, I must say, I'm very happy you chose the conservatory. You could have chosen the library. You also could have chosen the parlor. Perhaps you will go in there later. Perhaps you will not. Did you know that there is a Violet out somewhere that is married and is expecting a child, and there's a Braga out somewhere, a Braga
Excuse me?
that is training a young rat queen as we speak.
Excuse me?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Just this You are the 5 who are supposed to be here in this time, in this place, but there are other yous, other places. Isn't that fascinating?
And you knew my name and you knew Braga's name, so you must know a lot about this place and us.
Yes, Some call me the beginning, some call me the end. I don't exist anymore, but once did. Now I inhabit spaces, I inhabit pockets of time across space. On the great tree of life there are many branches. I used to be that tree. I was that tree.
Are you one of the old gods like Arius?
I am Braga. I am.
Can you stop him? Them?
Unfortunately, I cannot. They are powerful. How they awoke is unknown to me or my brothers and sisters. We are all the same. Arius is a relative of mine. Once our time had passed, we dispelled back into the universe, back into the realms, back to become energy, a part of it. But something kept Arius from fading. Something kept them locked tight until they were reawakened, it seems.
Is there anything? You must know how desperate we are.
I do.
How desperate we are to help everyone to quit the torture of everyone in here and outside. Is there anything that you can tell us that would be helpful to us?
You see Forge come over and take your hands. As he holds your hands, you feel this like warm glow. You just feel your hands almost like in this nice, like holding a hand warmer. You feel this nice warmth start to flow throughout your system. You must stay together, Violet. All 5 of you must be present in order to stop this. If one of you is missing, if something happens to one of you, if something happens to 2 of you, to 3, to 4, or perhaps someone decides to leave, then all hope is lost. You are a force together, if you have not realized that yet.
Braga, we probably better get out of this room and get into the other room with... We gotta go. Probably right this second.
Okay, but one last question.
Oh, yes.
What are these?
Oh.
And why don't I have it?
Your role has yet to be fulfilled. Your place, your token has not been earned. Violet, Braga, yes. You were marked because a death occurred. Because a place was taken away, taken out of time. Out of a prophecy. Perhaps I will find you again. Perhaps you will find me again. May I ask a favor?
Of course.
I sense that you have seen my daughter. How is Krona? Is she okay? I sensed a great loss. I felt a loss of energy. A strange one.
She fell, but she was reborn. She aged, and then she's a child again. She struck a deal with Narigoth to help us, and I think it cost her a lot.
Yes, that will happen. But if you say that she has been reborn, if she is now in her childlike state, you see this warm smile come across his face as his eyes start to glow, and for the first time you look in his eyes and you see that where pupils would be, it's simply universes, decorated with stars. Yes. Well, that is good to know now, isn't it? Thank you, Braga. Thank you, Violet.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
No, yeah, we should get out of here now.
Yeah,
Right.
we probably should. I love your coat, by the way.
Oh,
beautiful orange coat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheekbones.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's go.
Good luck. I think I'll just stay here a while. And watch.
Wait, can you give us anything to...
As you see him sit back into the chair, and as he reclines, he simply disappears, and you see that some of the stars in the observatory or the conservatory start to glow orange for the first time, and then turn back to black and white.
Okay, note to selves. Next time we're talking to a world-creating god, let's ask if they have weapons or anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I panicked when
Me
they said we
too,
had to
me
stay
too.
together, right?
Yeah.
Decision
go back out in
making.
the hall.
Let's
Yeah.
go, and we go.
You leave the conservatory. We cut back to the greenhouse.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. I jammed the door open, so I'm sure it's fine. It'll definitely stay open. We're not gonna get trapped in here. Okay.
Totally. Do you want to sit on my shoulders and ride my horns?
No, not really. We can just walk like normal friends next to each other, or in front of and behind each other.
Okay. Just thought I'd offer.
Weird.
But visually, it would be cool.
I'm good.
In a forest.
I mean, if
you could see top of the canopies.
I can see better than you.
What?
Yeah.
What? I'm an elf, half elf. I'm a demon.
What are your half elven eyes see, Hannah?
I'd like to roll to see what my half elven eyes sees.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
I'm not the one with true perception or anything.
Why are you being a bitch right now? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think my canny's 1, right? Yeah. 8. And I have 2 tokens.
Let me double check.
I think I want to. My pride won't let this go.
Hannah, you have 3 tokens.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm making a 10. Thank you. So I see perfectly.
You can ask me 3 questions.
Well, what do I see that she can't see?
You never roll off?
Hannah, you see that you are not alone in this room. You see far off into the distance, almost as if a joke, as you're looking, I'll show you what my half-elven eyes see, as you playfully look far away, focusing off, you do see there's almost a rustling in some of the bushes ahead of you in this greenhouse.
I'd like to draw my... Oh, I don't have a sword or anything. I do. I might have do I have a dagger? I'd like to draw my staff and hold it menacingly. There's someone here. I see that because I have good eyes.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you did something good.
Would you like to ask 2 more questions?
Well, sure.
What do you see?
Shut up! You said something. You didn't explain or describe it.
You can't give away our cover. Are there any...
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to start that first poll. My sincerest apologies. I got caught up in the story. Let us begin that first poll now.
I understand. Are there in the greenhouse, does it look like exotic plants I've never seen before, or...
It is a mixture of, Hannah, plants that you are familiar with, and as you look around, you do see plants that perhaps you've studied, or you perhaps glanced at in books while at Mage U. Perhaps herbology wasn't your strongest suit, or maybe it was.
Except for the fact that I do know what can get me high and cannot, so do I see a plant that can do that?
Would you like to use your last question?
Yes.
I'm going to roll a dice.
It's the rat queens. We do shit like this all the time.
That's right, because we don't know if we're going to live. So
You do see something that can get you high.
Okay.
It's Betty.
I could get her high. She just didn't want to go on my shoulders.
Uh-huh.
Betty. What? There's a person. There's someone there.
Okay.
Like a good person or a bad person?
I don't know.
Okay.
But also, there's that bush right there. It's a major psychedelic.
Cool.
So-
Why don't you get the guy and I'll go take care of the bush situation?
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Okay,
but,
cool.
But,
Okay,
but,
what?
you can't touch it with your fingers because the second you touch the
Okay.
bud,
Yeah.
it'll seep into your skin.
Oh, cool. But that's good. No, that's
Not
bad.
you have to control the dosage.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Is this a smoking one or is this a touching
It's
one?
a touchy.
It's a touchy one. Okay,
So
cool.
grab it with a glove,
Got it.
Wrap it up in some foil.
I don't have oil, but I'll figure something out. Fantasy foil.
You know how to do this.
I know how to do it. Stop lecturing me about how to
I'm
make
just
drugs.
making sure you're not going to get high.
Are you getting
without me?
You make it. Well, why don't you
Okay.
make sure you don't kill my
Sir,
All right.
or madam, or anyone, I come for you. You cannot hide from us.
Hannah, as you walk down the stone pathway with this beautiful greenhouse and these greenery on either side of you, and you say this loud exclamation, you see the figure in the bushes stop.
Best reveal yourself now, lest you die.
Hey, Hannah, why are you talking like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hannah. Hannah, is that you? As you see coming out of the bushes, dressed in all white, is Ryder.
I'd like to drop my staff. I'd like to just go kiss him.
You do that. And after you kiss him, he turns and he holds you tight and close to him.
Is this real?
I want to think it is. I want to think it is very badly.
Do you remember dying?
Yes, I do. I can't tell you. Has it been a long time since I died? I don't know.
It actually hasn't, really.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're okay. You stopped him.
Oh, God,
Oh,
I'm
you
great.
were-
I'm amazing.
You were a doll when I.
Yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
sucked. I mean, it was kind of cool, but it kind of sucked because I didn't have any parts that worked. It was weird. I really needed to go pee the entire time, but I couldn't.
You just see him start to laugh as you see these tears well up in his eyes as he laughs. I am so sorry I didn't get to take you on a second date, Hannah.
So you are going to call that a date? It was a date. It was a date. It was a date.
It was a date.
Hey, Hannah, was that guy good or bad? I'm just finishing up over here. What's that going? It seems like you're fine. Probably.
I'm fine.
Cool. I'm gonna keep doing this then. Bye.
No, come here.
Ugh. Okay. I put the expert.
You're gonna roll 2d6 plus skill.
I should get some sort of proficiency bonus on this also.
You probably should.
I'll give you a +1.
drug
sis.
bonus.
You didn't need it.
7, 8, 9.
With the
you
plus
have
1.
tokes.
That's I'll use my second 10.
It was a token. Wonderful. Betty, you cut the psychedelic, you packaged it up real good with no problem whatsoever.
I'm an expert at these things. Boop, 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 boop. All right, I'm coming over, Hannah. Hopefully you're not doing anything weird with that stranger.
I don't know why you're being so judgmental today.
Whoa, Ryder. Sup,
Hi, Betty.
buddy? What are you doing here? You died?
I'm trying not to question it.
What do you...
No, I died.
He
I
knows.
died. I do know that. I remember death being... I remember death.
What happens after?
I've just been here, I think.
Haven't you tried to leave?
Maybe I did. I can only remember being here. There's something about this place that is uncomfortable.
It's really hot, for
It
sure.
is
Yeah, it's
too
really
warm.
hot. It's really hot.
I don't like
This-
being moist.
Not just this not this greenhouse, but
Oh.
this whole entire...
Oh, the puzzle dungeon. Yeah.
Oh, it's a puzzle dungeon.
It's like a big labyrinth with like every room of the puzzle.
You don't know?
No.
Yeah.
We're in a skull. We're in a chaosium.
We're in a...
Maybe
You
that's...
see Ryder take a step back. How did I get inside of a chaosium if I'm dead?
I don't know. I don't want to question it. I don't want to know the answers. This guy's an evil maniac. I mean, this is the best I felt in a long time. But that's selfish, too.
No, Ryder is our friend, and we are seeing him again after we thought we lost him. That is not a selfish thought. Ryder, maybe we can save you. Maybe you can come with us and leave. Maybe if you come with us, we can get you out of here.
Have you seen the ballroom yet?
I think so.
Do you want to dance?
Well,
If there's music.
Oh, we don't want to dance and make our own music? Also, dance is a euphemism.
I feel strange.
What do you mean?
There's something I can't put my finger on it, but there's... You see, he started to reach out a hand to you, Hannah. He takes a hand back. I have to go.
No.
I have to, Hannah, I have to go.
You don't have to go.
Hannah, trust me, I have to go.
Where are you going?
I have to go.
Tell
As you
me.
see him turn and start to head off into the greenery.
No! I'll just follow you! I'll follow him.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
and I follow Hannah.
Yeah.
Pretty darn good. 10.
You see, you are tailing Ryder like no other, and Betty, you are closely behind Hannah as her success rolls into yours. As you navigate through the brush, you're pushing away branches and bushes, huge leaves in your face, vines, you name it, as Ryder seems to dip and dodge through this greenery until finally you're at the entrance to the greenhouse once again, and you see his white cloak go through the door.
Ryder! Why? Just talk to me! And I go through the door.
Whoop. Betty, you go through the door as well?
Yup.
We cut to D.
Oh.
D, this takes place while Violet and Braga were in the conservatory, and while Hannah and Betty were in the greenhouse. You stand in the middle of the ballroom.
Yep. Just kind of have my scimitar. Yeah, just kind of keeping a watch. Just chilling, looking at these pieces, checking them out, looking at their clothes. Are they standing still? Are they moving around like people?
You see, it's a strange circumstance. As soon as you fixate your eyes on one of them, they start to move like a person or a being would. However, as you kind of vaguely, as you cast your gaze across the room, it's almost as if you cannot pinpoint. It's almost as if once you focus on one of these humans or one of these beings, they come into focus.
Ooh, that's real creepy. I kind of play around doing that with a couple of them, like real quick, try to catch some of them moving. But it seems like...
It's like trying to bite your ear.
Yeah. But I am mostly just keeping an ear out for any funny business in either of those rooms.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart, D.
You know I got a big heart.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I got 9.
Would you like to use a token?
Yes.
Wonderful. D, as you look around the ballroom, namely keeping an ear out for any kind of noise, commotion, a fight, your eyes fixate on one person, and their eyes fixate on you. As you take a step closer, you see yourself, a different version of yourself. As you recall back when you visited 3 other versions of yourself, making up the Council of Ds, there was a godlike ethereal D. There was an older, aged D. And there was a D that was very similar to you from a different time. This D is unlike any of them.
I don't recognize you. I mean, I recognize you, but not the you that's one of me that I've met. You know what I'm saying.
I do.
Do you recognize me?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Do you know why you're here?
I'm dead. We're all dead here, D. And do you know that?
Am I dead?
You're not dead, no.
What's the play here? Do you know how do we get out of this?
I can't tell you the specifics, or else something might break. But she comes up to you. You notice that this D is dressed in outfits, a very similar outfit to you. Not the outfit that you're currently wearing, not the black that you find yourself in, but your purple garments.
Huh.
Purple garments that you have recently upgraded to. They are unlike your garments of the past.
Okay. Are you future me?
Yes. And you died.
Great. Great.
That's why I can't tell you what to do or what not to do, because if you follow the same path that you did take, maybe there's some way you don't become me, but I'm terrified that if I tell you a way that to not become me, you will ultimately become this even more.
Yeah. See, we're smart like that. We don't want to break timelines and things like that.
We are smart like that.
I'm so sorry you died.
We gave it our best. We tried.
Was it Arius?
Yes. And they didn't end up here because I can't say. It's too terrifying to say, Dee. Everyone you know, as Dee extends a hand to you and takes it in hers. If you don't stop this, everyone loses. It's not like Narigoth where we felt like we knew what it was. You have the most idea of what Arius is. You're the one who's done the most studying, the most research. You know, but you don't. We all didn't know. And we tried, and we failed. I don't know why. I don't... Something happened. There were only 4 of us, but that was we thought it was going to be okay.
There were only 4 of us?
Yes.
When? What do you mean? And who?
Dee, I can't say anymore, because if I do, listen, just know that something we didn't work. And you know what? We're smart, and I've been here thinking. Or I don't even know how I got back here. If I died in your future. Oh, Dee. Oh, no.
What?
I think I remember this. Dee, no, I have to go, Dee. No. She rushes in and grabs your hands and puts them to her cheek. Dee, whatever you do, don't believe a word they say. Don't listen to me, Dee. Don't listen to me.
Ooh,
as
what?
she disappears back into the crowd,
What
and
do
you
you-
see her fade away into
What does
the
that
flashing
mean?
lights.
Don't listen to who? Everyone? If I wasn't already paranoid.
As you sit there, frustrated, suddenly at the same time, Violet and Braga come out, and Hannah and Betty.
Oh, good. We're all together.
No.
Did you see someone come out of this room besides us?
We were in that room.
We just got back in this room.
Do you see Ryder?
You do not see Ryder.
You just saw his coat. Did you not just see his coat?
Who?
We saw Ryder in that room,
He was just here.
but
What?
it was like his ghost because he's.
No, it wasn't. He was real. It was real.
He said he died.
Oh, we know that.
Well, he said he remembered dying, so it wasn't like alternate reality Ryder. It was the Ryder that we knew who died and ended up here.
Hannah, are you okay?
Fine!
Okay.
Maybe we can find him again.
That's Hannah for now.
Yeah, it definitely is.
What did you guys find in your room?
God.
Yep.
Huh? What?
Yeah,
God?
like a god.
The god, yeah. And a
Another-
bit of pretty helpful information, which is we have to stay together.
Yeah. He was Krona's dad.
Oh, Kurtis dad. Yeah. Kurtis dad.
Gods
Wait,
can
Krona
have
has a
parents?
dad?
Yeah.
And he was this god. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was
He's like
so...
a tall, like, elf guy.
No, he was like this kind of like squirrely looking professor with like a orange
What?
jacket.
No, he wasn't. He
Yes,
was like
he was.
tall and like.
No,
like,
it was just He had, and no, and kind of attractive.
we talked to
hair.
the guy for a while. I think I know what he looks like.
Yeah, well, are you saying that I don't have a good memory recall?
This is
In
fascinating.
this moment, right now, yeah.
But Ryder is here somewhere.
I'm sorry, Hannah. You're right. That's obviously important, but just to say that this god is here, and if Betty is saying that, maybe this is Ryder's spirit.
No, stop.
You're
No.
all hallucinating.
What?
No.
We're all hallucinating.
Yeah, this doesn't check out. You two think you saw Ryder and thought he came into this room with you. There was no one when you left that room.
He was as real as night and day.
Well, that's nice, but maybe he just exists in that room. Like
No,
only
he said
in
he
that
needed
room.
to leave, and he walked out of the room. Fine, I go back in. I'm gonna go back in and see if he's in there.
Well, we all have to go back in.
Fuck that.
We all have to go back in. I'm
We
gonna
have
Then follow me.
We have to stay together. That's the whole point
Yeah,
of this.
fine.
Come.
Follow
we'll
me then.
We'll follow you then.
we want to like hold hands.
I
walk
don't.
in.
I let them daisy chain like on my like train of the dress.
I'm gonna follow him behind him.
I don't know why we have to hold hands.
As this train of rat queens makes its way towards the greenhouse, we cut to Palisade. The fate being decided as we speak. Amongst Palisade, we cut in at the Black Satyr. We see Maestro warily looking out the windows of his bar, cleaning a dish but not giving it the attention it needs, almost mindlessly doing it, secretly terrified of what's happening to his town. We see a young bard, Aralel, in the corner, watching Maestro, watching the window, watching Maestro. We see Maddie at the front of the window, staring out. In the distance, we hear the screams of residents of Palisade, as more and more these eerie, veiny, storm-like clouds seep over the sky. Maddie looks up. She turns back to look at her father, Aralel. And then there's a sudden clamoring at the door. And as the door flies open, we see Bard Dave rushing in, trying to beat off whatever is pursuing him, as we see another member of Palisade now infested by the gray stone-like eyes, veins down their entire body, almost in a chaotic frenzy, pursuing our Bard Dave into the Black Satyr, as Bard Dave tries to fling his arms, not trying to use his lute as a weapon. In an instant, we see Maddie standing there. She could either give in to the fear, run, hide, grab her father, and leave. But then there's a change. We see, as Maddie takes a breath in, she grabs a chair and slams it over the head of this possessed Palisade member. As the chair hits the individual on the head, they come down onto the ground. She pushes Bard Dave back. I've got this. She stands there, no weapons in hand, scrambling for a chair leg as she picks it up, as this fiend-like person, someone she recognized from town, someone who came to the Black Satyr once before, slowly starts to stand up, as Maddie is the only one facing this thing. And right as it lurches towards her, it stops. And it slumps down. And we see there is this golden-like arrow in its back. Maddie, catching her breath, terrified, slowly turns over and looks at the door of the Black Satyr. And standing there is a young girl with an owl and a fawn dressed in black robes with a triangle-like design on them, holding a staff that has now just conjured this magical arrow. The young girl steps forward. You're Maddie, aren't you? Yes. Yes, I am. Oh, thank you so much for helping us out. Is there anything we can get you? The girl smiles and takes her hand. No. We have to get you ready for when the Rat Queens return. You're going to help save Palisade. We cut back.
This is like a tour through Hannah's conquest. We've had Ryder, we've had Ven, and we've had Sawyer all in one episode.
This is a sad episode for me.
We cut back to the daisy chain of Rat Queens.
That's okay.
Sorry, it's true.
As you make your way to the greenhouse. Hannah, you open the door, and there seems to be no one inside.
I scream Ryder's name.
There is nothing heard.
Okay, there's no Ryder in here.
Well, then maybe he isn't a ghost that just only exists in here, and he is out there.
This is a distraction. Maybe our butts are supposed to be in those chairs out there, and we play a game and we get out of here, and we're getting distracted by these illusions in these rooms.
What's wrong with you, Dee? Hannah saw him. They could be significant.
Well, then where is he?
What if they're all supposed to give us information? Like, what if that's the point of it? Like,
okay.
There's 2 more rooms. Why don't we go check those rooms out? And then if we have nothing else to do, then we'll get in the chairs.
All right, as long as we go together, I'm fine with that.
I can agree with that.
I just feel like we're wasting time. Let's just get this on with so we can get to the next chamber and get out of here.
This just doesn't sound like you. You're the person that wants information. You want to read every book to figure out every piece.
There's a library. The god told us there was an observatory,
that's right.
there was a library, there's a
parlor.
parlor, and a greenhouse.
So far, this information from the other rooms is not very informative. That's all I'm saying. So we can go check those places out, but I just want us to get out of here. This place is really creeping me out.
Of course, we all
Dee,
want to get out of here.
Did anything happen while we were gone? Because you seem on edge.
No, it's fine. Nothing.
Well, let's stay together.
All right.
And let's go look at these other rooms and see all the same crazy stuff that everyone else is going to see.
Okay.
And then we will get out of here.
Great.
Because we have to.
Okay.
Good job, Eddie.
Let's go.
As you exit the greenhouse, there is another unopened, or slightly opened ajar, white door in front of you.
Like a new door?
In
or
the
one
greenhouse?
There,
Oh.
sorry, as you exit the
Oh,
greenhouse,
sorry.
it is the opposite. It is the leftmost white door.
On the way out of that room, I want to grab my arrow and just kind of like take it.
Unfortunately, because it was a mixed success, you grab the arrow and it snaps in your hand.
I mean, the door didn't close. It's fine. All right, let's go.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Let's go into
Follow-
it.
follow
All right.
Eddie.
The other white door.
The other white door. As you enter this other white door, you find yourself looking at a gorgeous space. All the furniture in here is white. Lovely tuffets, sofas, coffee tables. As you see small round tables throughout the entire space. A small white fireplace. A white crackling fire within. Little chairs around each table as you find yourselves in the parlor.
Why is everything white?
Maybe it's symbolizing.
It just seems, if you drop something and then you get to clean it, it just seems like very irresponsible.
Can I get situated?
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
Oops, Eddie.
Yeah, don't be sorry. Can I check my pack and see if the sweet herb that I got is still there?
It is still there.
Nice. Nice.
That's a 10.
That was real.
Yeah, it was.
Which helps connect the other thing.
With a 10, what are the questions you'd like to ask?
I would like to ask, is there, what in here is helpful to me?
You notice that there is a tea set on the small round table to the right. There are 5 teacups laid out as well. And you notice that there's steam rising from the pot.
Okay. Wants us to have tea.
What wants us to have tea?
I'm sorry?
What wants us to have tea?
Oh, no, I don't know. What did I say?
You said it wants us to have tea.
It sounds creepy. Don't listen to me.
Okay.
There's tea for us, though.
You have 2 more questions.
How do we get out of here with our butt intact?
You see that the door is still open.
Great. Good. Perfect. Great. Guys, any other? What would you suggest?
Is Ryder in here? Just kidding. Can I roll to see?
What's not obvious to us?
What's not obvious to us?
Funny you should say that.
Ooh.
You notice, as you look around Violet, you notice that while everything is white, there are 5 distinct shadows in this space.
Great. Okay.
Is that a hallucination too?
Okay.
I mean,
Listen.
it could be.
do we
That's
see
not
it?
really proving.
I
I
want to
thought
bring
she told
everyone's
us.
attention to the fact that there are 5 shadows.
You see, yes, from the fire itself, almost as if these figures have blended into the room that they're in, you see 5 shadows of 5 standing individuals in this space.
Who are you? Show yourself, please.
As you say that, Violet, you notice on the floor, the shadows that were once all facing the fireplace slowly turn, until it appears that these 5 unseen figures are facing you.
What? Did you just poke a beast?
Okay, 5 out there. Maybe this is who we.
White people.
Yes, we have to fight these white people.
I want to go to, like,
I bet they fight dirty.
finally, the biggest puzzle of them all. I want to go
They
to
got their
the
own rules as we go.
edge of where the foot of the shadows are, and just kind of like see if I can like physically feel them and not maybe see them.
You physically feel a person. As you feel a calf, you suddenly see a figure looking down at you, and you recognize it as Timothy the baker from earlier, but something in his face is off. He looks almost blank.
Timothy? What? Timothy? Is that you, bud?
You then see his right hook swinging towards you. What do? Thank you so much for getting us to 500. This is the battle at the ball.
Effing Timothy. I thought you were going to make me a delicious bread thing. I want to...
Eggy.
I want to just... I'm already holding on to his ankle, so I just want to pull it and just so he'll fall down.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
I think that's called.
Okay, that's 11.
I love that it's called.
Wonderful. You are able to, yes, you just yank him.
Well, hey, Timothy, what's the matter? What's the matter, buddy? Are you...
You see as he falls backwards onto his back, suddenly now becoming visible as the 4 other white figures in this space now become visible as well. You don't necessarily recognize them, but you see that they all have a very similar blank, harrowing stare as they face each and every one of you.
I think we have to fight these... I mean, I don't want... Timothy, are you the same one from out there? Tim?
I walk up to one and I punch it.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Not our cleric.
I'm like, let's get
D's
on
done,
with this.
Dunzo.
Done so. Oh, God. She punches like a cleric.
True. I cannot deny that. Is there a second chance?
You might have tokens,
There
too.
must be, right?
Here is the status of
Okay.
tokens. Hannah, you have 2. Violet, you have 2. Braga, you have 3. D, you have 4.
Thank you, Token.
Betty has 1, and there are 4 second chances. As a reminder, here is where you all stand health-wise.
Oh, God.
Hannah is at 17.
I am.
Betty's at 16. Violet's at 16. Braga's at 13. And D is at 14.
Ha! Great.
You can make it a 10, though.
I want to... Should I just do that?
Fuck it, man.
All right.
Does that one work?
Oh, thank you for the tokens. I'm going to use them all. Wait.
Yeah. Because you rolled a
You
6,
want
right?
six?
I rolled a 5 plus 1 for guts, you said? Mm-hmm. Then 6. Then, yeah. So I'll use all 4. Thank you, chat, for tokens.
You use all 4 tokens to make it a 10. Describe to
'cause-
me this perfect punch.
D is really wanting to get on with it, so she just walks up to the next newly revealed figure and just punches it square in the nose. Just it's almost like when you see in a comic book panel, like someone's fist is just straight out and the other person's like, it's like it looks like that. Yeah.
As you punch this person in the face, you actually get to see clearly who or what they are as you find yourself clocking in the, like, breaking their nose and jaw, this elderly half-elf woman.
Great. That's who I punched. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
You should have revealed yourself when we said something, lady. What's your deal?
The second that fisticuffs are happening, Braga just goes into action, and what I do is I walk up to the other ones, and I just take the two hilts of my hand axe and my mangled axe from the potion thing before, and I just go conk into the sides of the head. So I'm not stabbing them, I'm trying to knock them out with the sides of my axes.
Roll me
With the
2d6 plus guts.
I can't believe you punched that old lady.
Well, you know what?
Like, you haven't punched an old lady, Hannah. Come on.
Elder abuse.
All right, so that is 7 plus 3. That's a 10. What's up? What's up?
So with your 10,
Yeah.
you take your weapons and you want to just knock out.
Yeah, I feel like, Braga, I have some sense that these are like people that are being held under thrall by whatever's happening, so I don't really want to kill them. We've killed too many innocent people right now, so I am just like, I'm pissed off at this place. I don't want to play by its bullshit games, and so rather than try to stab them, I'm just trying to like do my best to be like a gentle. We're just like, knock it out. We're not doing this right now.
As you do that, unfortunately, because you're not focusing on either one of them, you're unable to see who or what you have just knocked out as these two figures fall to the ground.
That's the complete success?
Oh, you conked them out. I
Okay.
will say, are they knocked out? We're going to have to find out.
Okay.
And there's one left.
There's one still standing. Well, Timothy is starting to pull himself up. This Mildred is starting to kind of crack her face back into place.
Oh my gosh.
See, I don't feel guilty.
I
Look, she's evil.
I just want to do the last one. I just want to do a little elbow punch. I'm just going to follow everyone's lead and just try to knock everybody out.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Okay.
Mildred.
It's like that lady in Captain
Also,
Marvel.
these dice behave because I saw what happened to the other ones.
You're right.
Great.
You're right.
So that is an 11, 12, 13.
Woo!
Wonderful. You're just trying to elbow check?
Yeah.
As you elbow check this fifth white shade, because you are so close in contact with it, you do see what this person looks like. As your elbow starts to collide with their nose, you notice and recognize this to be one of the sand bandits you killed while on your way to Cascasaria.
Oh my goodness. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They are dead. They're dead. I've killed this.
Wait.
I've killed this person before.
Violet wasn't there on the way to Cascasaria. Because
Oh.
Violet and Hannah were taken by the...
I was wondering.
That is
I
right.
remember it was.
I just have this
Violet,
weird feeling in my stomach that this
you
person's
knock
dead.
out. You just clock this person in the mouth. They are dressed like a sand bandit. They are dressed like someone who lives nomadically in the desert.
Bye.
As Timothy starts to come back up, pulling out a cleaver.
I push him
almost-
into the fireplace.
Jesus.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
We do not ask questions.
I mean, he does have
We
a
just
cleaver.
do.
Question:
Yeah.
Is the fire blazing white?
It is blazing white.
Cool. Plus guts. Fuck.
Well, there's second chances.
Yes.
Push yourself into the fire.
There are, seriously. Guts is, so that's a 5. So it's bad. And I'm going to just re-roll that,
Second chance.
mother.
All right, second chance.
Yeah, we have a lot of them. So. Use them up.
Oh
my
God! Well. Look at that.
Happen every week.
It's worse.
Describe to me what happens.
I see my little smidgen in trouble, and I go to push him into the fire, but instead he ducks down to go to her, so I just throttle past him because the way I moved, and I fall into the fire.
You
Oh,
do
dear.
fall into the fire, and suddenly, Hannah,
That's a
you
full
feel
fail.
this. You feel this heat just start to singe. Your clothes are not being burned, but your skin is. As you start to feel this fire envelop you, and you take 4 points of damage as you feel your arms be burned.
I just want to pull her out. I just want to run over and try to pull her out.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Oh, God.
Who needs bad guys when we got self-inflicted pain?
Seriously. The hardest system ever.
10.
Nice.
Wonderful. You were able to pull Hannah out of the fire without burning yourself.
That was stupid. That was so stupid.
D, can you help her?
No, she doesn't have her powers.
No, just kidding. I don't have panicking.
Kill these people!
Dee, you look over, and as soon as you've made eye contact with Hannah and Violet, you turn around, and Mildred has almost her claw-like hands coming towards you.
Oh.
What do you do?
I want to do a 1-2, like block her and then swipe at her with my scimitar.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Out for blood, or whatever these beings will bleed. Haha.
Ectoplasm.
Guts.
Ooh.
Was that guts?
Yes.
Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9.
9.
I spent all my tokens before.
You did.
Maybe I shouldn't have you do that, but you punched her good.
Yeah.
No,
It was
you didn't.
good.
I
Crucial.
made my own choices,
Yeah.
Hannah.
Dee is her own woman.
You're
Jeez.
still burning. Focus.
Dee, I will say you're either to make a block or a swipe, because this is a mixed success.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Definitely a block. If I can make it a block that throws her slightly off, like get her. She's coming after me, so I want to like counter that energy and just throw her off course.
You are able, I say yes, you are able to throw her off course as you're using your shield.
My shield is broken. Last I thought or heard. Do I
You
still
just
have
have like a
it?
chip in it. Yeah, you still
I
have
thought
it.
it was like, okay, sure, yeah. I'll just like batter her, knock her off.
As you
her
knock
balance.
her off, you actually knock her towards Timothy. So now she has landed on top of Timothy, which is
Oh.
going to give them both a difficult time climbing up.
Good.
Once more, Braga, you see
Oh,
that
okay.
the two figures besides you are starting to come up. One of them faster than the other. What would you like to do?
Okay, so the one that's coming up faster, I'm just gonna put my boot down on them,
Yes.
and then the one that's kind of like slower, with my like bigger axe, I'm just gonna kind of put it down to hold them down, like kind of like hold, like pin their neck down while I put my boot down, and that way I can try to get a good look at who they are.
You put your boot down. Unfortunately, you put your. Roll me 2d6.
Yeah,
What am
you
I
thought assume
doing?
that I'm failing.
You know what? It doesn't happen just because I feel like it.
All right, yeah, nice try, but I rolled. That's gonna be an 8 plus 3. I rolled an 11.
Yeah. With an 11, you
Because
put
these
your.
dice know how to behave, because they see what happens when you don't.
You always need an example, you
Yeah.
know? Gotta show these dice.
Yeah, I'm kind of a prison abolitionist, but not in the middle of this game.
You put your boot down,
irony.
and as you push your boot down on the chest of the individual the figure that is beneath you, you notice it to be the pirate captain, the deceased pirate captain that had attacked Stridus that one
Oh,
morning with
good
the
about that
monarchs. And as you put your axe down to the throat of the figure next to you,
Yeah, like not like the actual blade of the axe, like the like kind of like spot in between, like the kind of like top part of the axe.
as you freeze this individual in place, you're able to get a very, very good look at this person. You notice that they wear a fine hat and a mask, some nice garments, with a rapier at the waist.
Oh, I just push the rest of the way down on that one.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Is it the highwayman?
Oh! He's not even going to get his moment.
All right, so that is an 8 plus another 11.
You slice off the throat and the head of the highwayman before he can even say a
Oh, that's a
word.
Yeah,
shame.
I'm
'cause
not
I needed to hear from him one last time.
And I say out loud, another strike for the highwayman.
As you decapitate
3 times already.
as you decapitate this spectral highwayman, you see almost he disappears into some kind of fine white mist.
Question: could he be re-brought back as NPC?
If they pay for
That's
it.
right. Yeah.
Just for
I really got to
tonight.
hear his voice. Dying.
I feel bad now for the chat member who paid for that NBC who didn't get to hear us.
They did not pay for it. That was done by me.
Okay.
So if they really
Now
want the
who's the
highwayman
troll?
back for a talking role.
I do.
Instead of a featured role.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah, we just
Okay.
killed him.
Dead again. 3rd time's a charm. Maybe he'll stay dead.
Violet, as you were assisting Hannah, you feel the force of a hand grab your back as you feel this other fist. You almost like sense your battle senses are tingling as you feel this figure turn you around, and you see that their hand holding a small dagger starts to come towards you.
I want to kick him in the stomach to push him back, fly him back.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
You got this. 10. Yes. No. Yep. Ooh, math.
With a 10, describe to me this kick.
Okay, so I see him coming at me, and I'm so angry that I just I kick him where it's just like almost at the chest, and then he just has to jerk his little dagger back, and then he falls backwards.
You see him jerk. Yeah, he falls backwards, and you see that his spectral dagger just kind of falls out of his hand and almost disappears into mist as he is having a hard. You've nailed you kicked the life or the reanimated life back into him as you see that this spectral form has a really hard time kind of pulling himself up the ground from off the ground once again.
Can I walk over and just kick him one more time in the face?
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
One more face kick.
One more face kick. Okay, that is an 8, plus I have 2 tokens, which I will use to make a 10.
Wonderful. Describe to me this final face kick.
I still trying to make his face out because I feel like I know him and that he's dead, but I guess it's just I'm so close to my friends that so I just do one more little then I snap out of it, Violet, and then I lean back, and then I just kick him square in the nose, and I can feel his eyes just have a little pop, pop.
As you kick this spectral nomad's face in the... You kick his boot in the... You put your boot in his face. You feel your foot make contact with his nose, and then it disappear. As almost from underneath your feet, this spectral form almost dissipates back into a white mist.
Hey guys, they're ghosts. You can just kill them. It's fine.
Yeah. This is I'm okay with this. The Mildred and Timothy are laying on the ground in front of me.
Yes, Mildred
right?
is starting to pull herself up, and Timothy now Timothy has pushed Mildred off of him as the two of them are slowly start trying to come back up. You see their almost limbs rotating out of their system in this kind of like smooth yet mechanical like way.
As they're off balance, I want to run up to Timothy and grab him by the front of his apron because I'm going to attempt to swing him like into Mildred to swing them both into the fireplace.
I love it. I love it so much.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus, Lord in heaven.
Second chance?
I also think my mom
I will
just
take that
tuned in.
second chance because these
Wonderful.
days
There are 3 second chances remaining.
Beautiful.
Please
Thank you,
do better. Do better.
No.
That's a 4.
What?
And I have a token with a 5.
You can't use tokens with a second chance. Describe to me this fail and then a second fail.
So I run up to Timothy. I grab his apron and I start to like whip him around in a circle. But I let him go. Instead of when you grab someone's hands and you're both kind of twirling around and you don't know who's pulling who, I let go, but the centrifugal force throws me instead into the fire.
No!
For the second time today, we see a rat queen go into the flames.
We love
fires.
fire. We love it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do you guys think Timothy died in that fire and we burned down that tavern?
Betty, as you feel the heat singe your skin as you take 3 points of damage, as you feel your entire right arm, it's kind of as you land on your right arm in this fire, you feel the entirety of your right arm take the brunt of this flame.
Betty and pull out of the fire, and I don't.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
I'm happy to take the damage on that one.
I'm sorry I talked shit about you falling in the fire earlier, Hannah. I also did the same thing.
Also, can I point out that we had 3 second chances in a row where we failed?
Yeah.
Because I did it, you did it, and you did it. Like, what are the odds in this?
This system is pretty tough.
But the system's designed for mixed successes. We never get successes. We get failures.
I agree.
You've been having a lot of successes in this fight.
That's true.
It's true.
Until now. Well, I have, so for guts, that's a 9, and I'll spend a token to make it a 10.
Beautiful.
Thank you, tokens.
Save Betty.
That's our
With
Braga.
a 10, yes,
Save our
Braga,
Betty.
you're able to grab Betty out of the
Saver
fire.
extraordinaire.
And luckily, because it was a complete success, you're able to grab Betty without burning yourself, and you're able to do so quick enough that you can go back and put your boot on top of this form once again.
And I take one of the hand wraps that I have, and I give it to Betty so she can tie it. She can put a bandage over her burn.
Gonna need those drugs soon.
All right.
Are there any weapons on the parlor and decoration or otherwise?
There are no weapons. There is.
Is there a poker for the fireplace?
Yes, there is a
I'd
poker.
like to use it and poke Mildred in the back.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Did you have a staff?
I'm not trying to bloody that.
All right.
It's a corner.
Use your environment, Hannah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What is?
Would you like to use a second chance?
I have to.
I'm gonna say those dice are weighted weird. You need to like test those.
It's but my smidgen gave him
I know. I give
No,
it to
because
her
she's
at
got
Gen
different
Con.
dice. She's got-
plus 8, 9.
Okay, that's better.
I'm gonna use my
So
dex.
describe to me at first you failed and then your mixed success.
I grabbed instead of the poker, I grabbed the brush thing, and I'm like, ah!
Just gently
And
brush
she
him.
looks at me, and I'm like, "Shh," and so I throw it. But the mixed success mistake is I don't throw it at her. So probably should have just thrown it at her to like fuck that, like get wah. So then I grabbed the stoker, and now she's facing me. So I put it right in her nose.
Because you see that her face almost like she's been walking around with almost this punch indent on her face from what the D left on her. Pretty gnarly. And
Never mind. Please proceed. As
No,
normal.
I loved it. I'm into it. I
What did
support it.
you-
I'm not.
No,
It was bad.
She said an indent.
It was bad.
An indent.
And we deserve to
Indent.
boo
Oh,
her.
yes.
No,
Boo.
I will not. No, I'll shield you from these boosts.
You know what? I'll always have my fans.
Yeah.
you,
No,
send
I will
you
support
see
your
the
puns to the ND.
you see the indent.
No.
The blight has spread.
Boo.
As you take this poker, and because of this very powerful indent, you
No!
are able to send this poker right through Mildred's face. And as you feel a force, as you feel the poker push through her face, go through her skull and her skin and whatnot, and as soon as you pull it out, it's like nothing was there, as Mildred then dissipates into a fine mist. As Timothy starts to slowly kind of come back on, he was a little disoriented from being tossed around a bit. As he braced himself on a chair, he's now starting to come to as Braga. Timothy is one of the only figures that remains, as is the figure that is underneath your foot, the pirate captain from Stridus.
Hey Vi, I got this one. You got that one?
Yeah, I got it.
Cool. So I just kind of come down on the pirate with both my blades. I'm just like, all right, let's get done with this guy, and then I just like,
It's like a chef's
yeah,
kind of double chop.
Roll me
I'm gonna mince him.
Yeah, there you
mince him. Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
We had the baker. I'm the butcher. Let's find and our people are candlestick makers. Apparently, we keep throwing ourselves in the fire.
That's what Mildred makes.
Yeah. All right. So that is another 10. That's a 7 plus 3. 10.
Describe to me how you mince this ghost.
Yeah, I just kind of like I said, I was holding him down. I kind of like pull back my feet, and as he might start to move, I'm like, not so fast, and then I go right for the neck.
You just, almost with these clean two blades, you slice off his head perfectly as you feel the two blades go through skin, bone, the like.
Yeah. And
And
I start
then-
singing, yo ho, a pirate's knock for me, and I snap it.
As he dissipates back into a mist.
Yeah.
And with the other one,
How many are left?
Oh, there's one more, right? And I just want to take my sword out and decapitate this person.
Decapitate.
No.
Decapitate.
D
Roll me-
owns all D words.
D owns all D words. Roll me 2d6
All
plus
D words.
guts.
All D words.
Roll me 2d6
favorite
plus
day ever.
guts.
Missed it. She missed it, Emily. I got you.
What? I missed another D
9.
word.
D6.
They're all mine, all mine, all mine.
It's just a 9.
All the D words, mine.
Mine?
With a 9. Violet, where were you aiming with your sword?
I was aiming right for the middle of the neck.
You aim right for the middle of the neck, and as you pierce through, you see Timothy grab your sword. Because it's a mixed success, he keeps it in his neck. He does not allow you to withdraw it, so you have lost your sword for the time being in this spectral form. Dee or Betty, is there anything you would like to do?
Is this Timothy still?
This is Timothy,
Yeah.
who's now got a sword in the neck, so it's not looking super good for spectral Timothy.
I want to just jump up and grab him by the hair, and then so I can just try to like snap his neck by pulling his
Oh my
head out.
god.
I'm
Like
very
it.
angry about being burned.
I like it.
Fair.
Get your vengeance.
Roll me 2d6. I'm gonna say you're getting rangy on him.
Oh.
So with skill.
Those are big dice.
I gotta roll them
this-
slowly. Okay, that's
Oh.
Well, hold on.
Well.
That's a 4 plus skill. It's a 5. It's a cool 5. Reroll, huh? 3 rolls.
Yeah.
You have 1 second chance remaining.
Oh my god.
Stupid
Stop
duck.
using. You can't use.
Oh, it's 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 9. Great.
All right.
So with the mixed success, or describe to me your second chance. How at first you fail and then you end up with a mixed success.
I kind of like, I'm kind of like on the ground from like wrapping my arm up. So I try to do a little cool like martial arts kip up to go boop boop and like jump up and kick him. But then I just kind of fall over again like, oh Jesus, my arm hurts really bad. I'm like, all right, the old fashioned way. I just run behind him, jump up, I grab him by the top of his hair, and I just pull down as hard as I can to try to snap his neck down.
Oh, what if you take your arm wrap you're working on and wrap that around him as you come
That would have
down?
been a good double one, yes.
It would have been a good double one. As Betty, you pulled down Timothy's neck. Not enough. You got him pretty prone as you see his jaw kind of come down on the sword too. So the sword that has the remaining sword that is still exposed at his neck has kind of almost cut his chin a bit. And now you have his head pulled down. It's still not enough.
Curse my tiny body! Someone get him!
Someone get my sword, please.
I go up to them. So they're on the ground. Can you describe this to me?
Yes.
I mean, the head.
Timothy is standing with both hands holding onto Violet's sword.
Okay.
That is now pierced through his neck. However, he has been pulled down by his own hair by Betty, who's now kind of like
I'm just
wrangling.
hanging.
She's just hanging him.
hanging from his hair.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're about like 2 inches off the
Okay,
ground because he's
okay,
not
all right.
super duper tall.
Okay,
but
yeah.
you have his head. His head is now down. He is not looking and seeing. He's kind of like stuck like this. So I will say you have a +1 advantage on this.
Oh, great.
Because
Okay.
he cannot see what you're doing.
Time
if you,
to
whatever you
defeat
do.
him.
Ah, boy, here we go.
I hired her to do this. my D hype woman.
I think this is my last show.
I am disappointed.
Lean in.
I'm unstoppable
We're
now.
leaning right back out.
I would like to grab, basically like finish the job that the sword was doing.
Roll the 2d6 plus gets.
All right, come on. That's good. That's 10.
Plus your 1, so.
No, 10 total.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, plus my 1.
Yeah.
You're right. 11.
Wonderful. With an 11, yeah, D, you run up and you grab this sword and you twist it. Oh. And then what do you do?
Pull it out and give it back to. Yeah.
As you pull it out and you give it back to Violet, Betty, you're almost gently placed back down onto the ground as the spectral form of Timothy starts to kind of sway back and forth as he disappears back into mist.
Well, that was so D, maybe you're right. Maybe we don't have to go to all the rooms. This was the bad room. Mm-hmm.
So what were those 4 chairs out there? I mean, the 5 other chairs.
I don't know.
I mean, I thought maybe it was for them, but we just defeated them.
So maybe we don't have to do the puzzle. Maybe we outsmarted
Maybe if we had just drank the tea, they would have gone away. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
there was a
the
tea
tea.
belt. Is the tea still there?
Is the tea still
Did
there?
we disturb the tea?
The tea is still there.
I hate this place. I kick over the tea set.
You kick it over and it crashes, and you just hear like the breaking of porcelain, and
Aw.
as you see this hot water spill out onto the entire floor.
Take that, man in the sky. We're not
Would
playing
that
your
have been
stupid
healing?
tea games.
Could have been hot
What
water.
if, what if that had been there to heal us?
I put my arm in it.
Does nothing.
Okay, great.
Just tea, Hannah. Stop being weird. Not all hot water is good hot water.
Get off my ass today!
In Hannah's defense, I just said it could have healed us, so I feel. But don't yell at her. She was just doing what I said.
I don't know.
her to
She's
do.
got a fucking stick up her ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start that second poll. So remember, you decide which prevails, the light or the darkness for this situation
Oh, wow.
and this specific individual that you are voting for.
Yikes.
This is so creepy.
All right.
The 5 of you
All right.
hear an odd chime coming from the ballroom.
We go back in the ball.
Listen.
Oh.
Be nice to me. Be nice to me. We do this really well. I felt really like we were in the zone, finally fighting something.
I will say this. We just saw 5 ghosts, so I think we can go ahead and say that Hannah did see Ryder. That's
Doesn't
probably
matter
a
whether she
thing
believes
that happened or not.
It doesn't matter.
Hannah, funny you should say that because you have enough tokens to trigger your baggage as you start to feel selfish.
Yep, I walk into the ballroom and close the door behind me.
You walk straight into the ballroom, you close the door. The four of you don't hear Hannah's footsteps anymore. As Hannah, you make your way onto the ballroom. And you see Ryder. You're able to see him across the ballroom floor, almost as if you were searching, and finally your eyes fixated on him.
I beeline.
He turns around. Hannah.
What is going on? Why did you run away?
Why did I wander away?
Run away.
From you.
Yes.
As you feel him hold your hands. Hannah, isn't that what you do with everyone? You constantly run away.
No, that's not what you did. You said that there's something wrong. You don't know me that well.
No, Hannah. You constantly run away. You know that you're not good enough. You fear that you're not good enough. And if you run away, then you don't have to see yourself fail your friends. You can do it away from them.
All right, this is definitely not the man that I thought I was going to fall in love with.
Hannah, as you take a step backwards, you feel yourself almost locked in place as you feel the spotlight come down on you. It's almost you're stuck in this square.
Can I dispel magic?
You can try.
Okay.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
8. And what are my tokens? I think I have 2.
You have 2.
All
10.
right. Nice.
Hannah, with a 10, you're able to break free from this hold that was keeping you in place. However, as you look around, you see that there is only darkness around you, that there is only the light in front of you and a light in front of Ryder.
This isn't you. It's not real. It's not real. I have 2 questions to ask you.
Ask them.
What do you really want?
Who are you talking to?
I want you to suffer.
Would that make you feel better?
No. But it is something to keep you occupied and something that I can do to keep you occupied.
Is this really Ryder?
Yes.
But he doesn't believe those things. You're just making him say that.
You hear silence. The 4 of you, the door has been closed. What do you do?
Go towards it. We have to stay together for all the one thing we said.
You go towards the door and you open it and you see the regular hallway that leads into the ballroom once again.
Do we see Hannah in the ballroom?
Nope.
Oh, no.
Is the ballroom? She's not in the ballroom?
You look. Are you going into
Yeah,
it?
we're going
yes.
straight into it.
Wonderful, wonderful. As the 4 of you make your way into the ballroom, you start to look around searching for Hannah. And similarly, like earlier in the ballroom, as you look around and kind of get a wide scope of things, you can't fixate on one person. It's almost as if it feels like the room has become fuller. Now that you have reappeared, it seems that there seems to be more bodies in this room. The 5 white thrones and the 5 black thrones, though, still stay open.
Hannah. Hannah?
Hannah, are you in here?
Hannah?
Hannah!
Hannah!
You seriously can't
We
start
had
'em
one
off-
job!
Yeah.
Hannah.
It's like a magical place for real. This is not good.
Built for fucking
We
Hannah.
saw Ryder. That's mean. Oh, no. I can't go there. Never mind.
Yeah,
not
too
gonna do
soon,
it.
D. Too
Can
soon.
I-
Yeah.
Can I do true perception to try to get situated with this room and try to figure out where Hannah is?
Yes, roll me 2d6 plus canny.
Yes. I put them in dice jail and then I took them out because I didn't want to use my larger dice.
They got out too early.
Let's just snake eyes. I will. Do you have any more rolls left? You have 2 more? 1 more? 0? Oh lord.
Is this right? There are 4 second chances that remain.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
They want us to dance.
What a lovely
They want us to
chat.
dance. All right, I'm gonna
Dance
give
monkeys.
giant dice out. Okay, it's
Beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
So that's
Thank
9,
goodness.
10, 11, 12. I discover 3 things about my target. So I guess the target would be.
I'll say, are you trying to like trace Hannah? Are you trying to trying to put the clues together as to
I
where
Sherlock
Hannah might
Holmes.
have gone?
Yes, I try to do that to look for Hannah.
As you start to look for Hannah, let's see. Betty, you were able to see distinct footprints. As you look down at the floor for the first time, besides noticing that it is white and black tiles, you notice that you do see Hannah's footprints. They are gray.
So Hannah did come here. Let's see, where did these footprints go?
Would you like to follow them?
Yes.
Betty, as you begin to follow them, you're focused down, you keep looking until you find yourself right in front of the raised platform where the 5 thrones sit across from each other.
Okay, I get one more thing to discover. Is she on the? Do I see her on the platform, or can I tell if she went up on the platform or went around?
Betty, as you look above you, you see that Hannah, you see this. You see that the first throne, on the edge closest to you, you notice that there is a jewel at the top of this throne. It is red, and it is glowing. You then feel a hand on the back of your shoulder.
Please don't be a ghost. Oh, that's right, they're all ghosts. Who dis?
You turn around, and you see a very familiar face. I see you've been taking real nice care of my cloak.
Oh,
Hey, hi. Wait,
Robin.
Robin, are you? What are you doing here?
Betty, as you start to see the crowd around you starts to disappear as you find yourself just staring at Robin as everything else seems to melt away.
Yeah, I mean, cloak's been good. Cloak's been real helpful. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
good.
It's kept you alive.
Yeah. Are you stuck here?
Yes. I was killed. I was brought here.
How long? I guess you've been here since you died. We're so
Yes.
sorry. Thank you for.
And I died alone, didn't I, Betty?
We did what we thought we had to do to get out of there alive. I mean, in the end, you came and saved us.
I did. And that cost me everything.
I mean, to be fair, you did betray us first, so there was like a whole that was like a going round thing with the. But we are also stuck here with you, but we are not dead.
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, everyone dies. I get it.
Betty, what happens when the rat queens die and you're left alone? You don't have a family to go back to. They are your family, aren't they?
Well, what's so weird? What's so weird about that? They'll always be. We're gonna stick together. We're gonna make it out of here. We always do. We've done crazier stuff than this.
Well, what happens when one of them falls in love? Someone gets married, someone wants children, someone wants to go adventure with another adventuring party.
Well, no one's gonna. I don't know. We'll always be together. No one's gonna leave, and if someone gets married or whatever, that's fine. We'll probably stay in Palisade. We'll always be together. It's just the way things
Violet
are.
moves away. Dee becomes a god. Braga goes out adventuring. And Hannah tries to find herself. And what of you, Betty? What happens?
When you have nothing.
Why are you talking like this stuff that you said already happened?
It may happen, Betty. Something might happen to you. Betty, what if I told you that you are the balance of the rat queens?
Yeah, I know, I'm great. Who cares?
Yes, you can tip one way, and the rat queens live. You are victorious. Palisade is saved. Everyone is alive. The world doesn't end. Or something could happen to you, and the scales are tipped. Without you, the rat queens fall, one by one, until there is no one left to stop Arius, and every single person you've ever met, loved, hated, simply becomes nothing. And it will be all your fault.
I know what you're hearing you say is that everything's gonna be my fault, everything's gonna fail. What I'm hearing is I'm gonna do awesome. I'm gonna do the first thing you said and explain really nice that I'm gonna make everything go well, and we're gonna kick everyone's ass, and we'll be done with everything and go hang out and drink and do whatever it is we all used to do. We are going to win. I'm not an idiot. Just because I'm small, everyone thinks I'm just blindly optimistic. Like, I don't know that there are bad things in this world. They think all I want to do is party and hang out, and yeah, that's true, of course, but I know how things work in this world. People live, they die, everyone has to die, people have to leave. Yeah, I get it, but I don't focus on that stuff. I just think about doing my best and making sure that everything goes well. And if it doesn't, we've had so many disappointments, we've had so many failures already as a group. And we're still together. So if that day comes when something tries to take us apart, we just do what we always do. We just work through it. This imaginary future of yours where I suddenly am... I leave and I'm not going to be there for them, that's not going to happen. You're the one who's alone.
We shall see. Violet, Braga, and Dee, as you watched Betty go off into the crowd, you saw her for what you thought was a second, and then it seems as almost the sea of people, the sea of beings overtook her, and now you no longer know where Betty is.
Oh no. We're getting separated.
We had to stay together. Look, we've already failed that, but what we have to keep together.
Yes, agreed.
Let's just... okay, I will lead, and you two flank me, and that way we all know where we all are.
We should link arms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
We're gonna follow. We're gonna just flank Braga, and she's gonna lead.
Yeah.
So why don't you lead?
Okay. So I start walking through the room with them and like pushing people out of the way of us as we go, as we head towards the thrones.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart D.
All right, big heart, big heart, big heart.
No whammies.
10.
With a 10, Dee, you see on the other side of the room yourself staring at you.
Does she have a special look on her face?
She just stares at you.
Yep, just keep moving. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
we got this. We got this. We're with the rat queens, and we belong together.
Absolutely. We will find our friends. Hannah, Betty, Hannah, Betty.
Hannah,
Hannah, Betty.
Hannah,
Hannah, Betty.
Betty.
Hannah,
Betty,
Betty,
Hannah,
Hannah.
Hannah,
Benny, Hannah.
Betty, Hannah.
Betty, Hannah.
Hannah,
Hannah.
Betty.
As the three of you linking arms start to move in towards the crowd, you start to feel these, almost for the first time, these bodies push up against you, as if you're trying to move and navigate through a sea of a crowd, people pushing and pulling.
Watch it.
As you feel your arms start to become unlinked,
No.
as you feel yourself being pulled away.
No.
Braga, you notice that Violet has been pulled away.
You're not taking her too! Violet! Violet!
As you feel these bodies push around against you, you finally feel someone grab your hand. I've got you.
Thank you.
You look up and you see Chloe, the Inquisitor from the magical army of United Religions.
Chloe, so many things happened.
Yes, they did, didn't they?
Oh, man.
You failed, Violet. They saw you as a leader and, well, they saw you as a fighter. And people have perished. I died. You all could have saved me.
We tried. We would have. It was the ship. It was the mermaids. It was everything.
Violet, you failed your family, didn't you?
Chloe, you don't know my family. You don't know the situation.
Have you talked with your father and mother recently?
I'm going to as soon as I get out of this.
What if you ran out of time?
I think about that all the time. I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know if your father really is still alive or not, do you?
No, I don't. Look, you know what? I know what this is. I know what this is, Chloe. This is a mind game. This is a mind game, and guess what?
What?
My rook is coming right at you because I'm not going to listen to you. So watch out. Better go to another square, Chloe. Better move it, because I am fine. And my family loves me, even though it's complicated. So.
Are you really fine?
Yes, I am. I need to get back to my friends. So, how do I do that?
How do you do that?
Man, it must be so easy to point other people's failures out. I feel like a failure all of the time. But I have a lot of people who love me and defend me and help me. And you probably don't have any of that. So it must feel really bad to be a failure if you're you.
It does.
So what do you need, huh? What do you need?
Something to validate me.
You're amazing. Oh, you must be pretty strong and smart, huh? Oh, I bet you're really cute. Oh, you know what else I think? I bet you are so strong. I bet you could physically pick up a house and throw it across the world.
Violet, you then see Chloe's form melt away. And standing in front of you is Andreas Acker.
Well. Hi. Thank you for coming down to meet me.
Would you like to test this?
I'd love to test it.
You see Andreas pull out a small blade.
Pull out my big sword.
We cut. We cut to Braga and Dee.
Okay, it's just us.
I'm like slashing at the crowd to
gosh.
keep them away from
And
us
I'm
so they can't do
pushing
that
them
to us
with the
again.
shield. Meh.
Braga, as you're swinging your axe, you suddenly feel, as you swing your axe to the right, you suddenly feel something grab your axe. Someone grab your axe. And they yank it
No!
with you.
Braga!
No!
No!
You feel this tremendous force pull you.
What?
D, stay with me! D, stay with me!
D, unfortunately, this force is too strong. Braga, you find yourself...
We had one job.
You find yourself holding on tighter to your axe as your axe starts to feel cold from this person's grasp. You look up, and you're face to face with Cold Snap. But it is not as you remember her. It is in her reanimated state. So limbs of hers slightly disjointed. You see that where her face had been gouged out, this was the last state you left her in.
Is this supposed to be a reminder of my failures? Like, I don't think about them all the time myself.
Braga, what happens when you cannot protect people?
They die.
Exactly. What if this whole time it was you who was the reckoning? The force that was sent to kill. The force of Arius onto the world.
You don't think I haven't thought about it? You think you're playing a mind game with me? I've said it. I know. I've heard the poem. I have heard that our attempt to stop it makes it happen, and I think about it all the time. I don't know what else to do, though. I can't just sit back and let it destroy cities and let it kill people that I care about.
Braga, what is strength? What happens when you don't have the strength to save Hannah, to save Violet, to save Dee, to save Betty, or to save someone else?
There's never enough strength. That's not what it's about. It's not about being the strongest. It's not about having unlimited strength. It's about using every drop of it while you have it. If it's gone, then at least I know that I spent it doing the thing I was supposed to do.
But you were here. You were stuck here when Palisade fell. You were stuck here when Tizzy was lost to the chaos. And you will be here.
I grab her by the throat, and I actually go, "What did you do to Tizzy?"
Tizzy is becoming part of us. And so will Errol tell you're not there to protect them, Braga.
Hey, Acker, I have a promise for you. When we get out of here, none of us is ever going to say your fucking name again. We will make sure that you are forgotten by this whole goddamn world. Because you know what? There were 5 of us who knew your name, and you put us in this fucking jar. And you thought you were playing games with us. But we're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna beat you, and no one will fucking know about it, because I don't give a shit anymore.
I will take you up on that promise, Braga. We cut to D. D, you now find yourself alone. Surrounded by a sea of people, of white and black, swirling around you, creating gray as they do. As these people move around you faster and faster and faster and faster, you start to feel dizzy, overwhelmed. As you close your eyes, you open them again, and there you are, standing in front of yourself once again.
You know, you had a fun little way of telling me things but not really telling me anything. I know you're not trying to break the whole world, but you need to give me something to go on. You said don't listen to them. Who's them? Is it my rat queens? Is it someone else? Don't listen to them. Don't listen to the who?
You're the smart one, D, aren't you?
Oh my god. Am I really this obnoxious?
Was it a bad impression?
No, it's pretty good, actually. Obnoxiously good.
I see. Well, I tried, didn't I?
Sure. I feel like, I can't help but feel a little bit bad for you. Because if you spend all this time and energy to make this labyrinth and try to keep us away from saving the world, you maybe could have done something good in your life. And that's sad.
D, you see this visage of you that was staring you down. Hearing those words, you see your shoulders relax as yourself almost takes a step back. Come on, D. I at least thought you would be the one to put it all together. You had the prophecy so many times.
I have an idea of what you expect me to do. But I'm going to need you to just say it out loud.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Oh. That's an 11.
Whoa.
No, wait. That's more than
It's a
11.
13.
It's a 13. I thought that was a 5. I legit thought it was a 5.
Oh.
I still would have been wrong, but
Get it.
it's a 13.
With a 13, you see D completely relax. As you see this visage, this future version of you melt away. And standing in front of you is Andreas Acker. But this Andreas is not one that you recognize. You instead see a young dwarven boy holding a small handcrafted puzzle box in his hands. I'm going to die, aren't I? When all this is done, I'm going to die. You have to kill me. This has to be done. I made a bad mess. I made a bad choice.
Yeah, you did.
You 5 being here, I thought it would make me happy. I thought it would make Ares happy. I thought I could stop you. But it's too strong. I can't fight it anymore.
Ares never wanted for you what you want for yourself. It just used you. You didn't deserve that. No one deserves that.
They've all been used.
And we have too. You can help us. You can help us stop it. You must know it pretty well by now.
I do.
We need you.
Once the 5 have been slain, then shall Areus start reign. The gray, the golden, the ruddy, the king, and the friend. Once they are all dead, no one can help him. No one can help the 6th one, the ring,
The ring is the only thing that can stop Arius, truly. That is what the prophecy was meant for.
The ring?
It told of 5 warriors, 5 individuals who would come together on a great journey, a great quest, and work together to stop the darkness. Only that can stop Arius. It's not destroying the Chaosiums. Only by fulfilling the prophecy. But there was an adjustment made to the prophecy, as the seers of old saw. They saw that Arius would kill all 5 heroes. So they ensured that there was a way that Arius could still be stopped.
What?
As you see this little boy drop this puzzle box and his hands go to his head, as you see almost as this gray color starts to flood through him, as you this once little Andreas Acker that you once saw before you, this gray just liquid drapes over him until it forms the cloak that adult Andreas was wearing. The cloak of the Triad, now made gray, as it fades into black at the sleeves, like a follower of Arius's cloak would. And Andreas Acker stands staring back at you.
You won't get him. You won't.
So we have to die. That's what you're saying.
Not you. You've already killed the ones that needed to.
Can I roll to get this translated? I don't understand this prophecy still.
You will in a second.
Okay.
I think I just figured it out. I want to see what happens.
I'm so clueless.
I think I have an
don't
idea,
understand.
but I want it to play out in the more fun way than me just trying to...
D, as you reach towards Andreas, wanting to get more information out of him, he disappears. You find yourself suddenly, almost as if you've woken up out of a dream, you find yourself sitting in one of the black thrones. You look to the right, and almost as if you do, you see Hannah sitting in a black throne. Wake up. You see Betty sitting in another black throne next to Hannah. Wake up. You see to the other side of you, Braga, in a black throne. Waking up. And then you notice that Violet isn't in her throne. Instead, you look across the way, in the middle of the chessboard, and you see Violet has plunged her sword into a figure. As the 4 of you look closer, and Violet, you start to wake up. As the figure you believed to be stabbed was Andreas Acker. The body that is in front of you is Finley the dwarf. As he slumps over on your sword.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know. Oh.
As you pull out your sword, Finley falls to the ground. And you see, as you raise your hand in the air, you see a mark of Arius appear on the back of your hand. As you take a step backwards, back towards your queens, you suddenly see 5 white shapes take the white thrones in front of you. Across from Hannah, you see Gramps, the Grey Wizard. Across from Betty, you see the blonde elf with the last name Redreed.
Red grape.
Across from you in the white throne. Braga. Sitting across from you is Tomwell Shandy.
I knew it! I knew it! Sorry, I'm going to yell at my microphone.
D. Sitting across from you is Ryder. And finally, Braga. Violet. Sitting across from you in the middle throne, you see as his form disappears on the chessboard, a white ghostly figure appears in the white throne, and it is Finley. And all 5 of them start to talk in unison and say the following. Arius, Arius, the one that causes stars to loose, the one that sees and knows all things, the one whose name the end time brings. You see Gramps stand up. From within the gray is chaos found. You see Leandus Redreed stand up. That which is gold cannot be bound. Finley stands up in the middle. In ruddy attempts they fail to break. Ryder stands up. A king and land lies theirs to take. Tomwell Shandy stands up. In hope and light to find a friend. As the 5 of them begin to talk in unison. Will lead them to adventure's end for those who wish it be undone. And then you see all 5 of them stare at you and point a finger. And them that make it true to come.
I've been saying it the whole time! I've been saying it since that room in Palisade that we were going to try to stop it, and it was going to be our...
It's not our fault, and this evil, power-hungry, this everything.
Why did you just kill that man, though? You could have just not killed him.
He wasn't him in front of me. It was a trick. It was an evil trick, and I fell for it.
They've all been. Every one of them has fallen across us in some way that we didn't intend for, and it just happened.
Was this all just a trap to get you to kill Finley? So that this could happen?
You see out of your shadows on the floor, appears a face. It is a wry smile. As the face then starts to move towards the center of the room. And in the middle of the chessboard, between the darkness and the light, takes form Arius, the old god. The god of everything, the god of nothing, the in-between.
You know, it's really annoying when people do that.
Nice to finally meet you.
It's an honor to meet all of you as well.
I've seen it.
The heralds of Arius. Wonderfully played. You all fit the roles so well. You know, when you awoke me, Dee, when you put on the mask of Nariga, I sensed something inside of you. I sensed the connection that you all had. I sensed the chaotic energy that the Rat Queens have. unbridled chaos. You save the day, but destroy everything in your path. Relationships, people, town, city, bars, you name it. It was fascinating. I was intoxicated. So, when I felt your energy, I knew my time had come. Finally, after millennia, after eons of being in a constant state of rest, not living, not dying, living in the in-between, I knew I was going to be free. Rat Queens, you know... Violet, you know where you take on your name. You were the one who suggested the name Rat Queens all the way back, wasn't it? Rats, heralds of plague, heralds of chaos, heralds of change.
You already know the answer to that, don't you?
I do. It's so perfect. I just want to eat it. Look at them all. Is it ironic that 5 women destroyed 5 men?
Is it?
Is that ironic?
It is just the probability
Isn't it
numbers.
strange how prophecies always seem to be revolved around them? Why not shake things up? Well, I must say, I will welcome you fully once this is all done. You still have to take care of Andreas, don't you? It's the only way out of here. Spoiler. You see, the door is already here. You look around and you see this gray door has now appeared at the end of the ballroom.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't know anyone by that name.
Wait, what?
I mean, you said yourself that we are chaotic, so all the names just in one ear out the other.
Wild card.
Yeah.
Wild card.
It's like on a tip of something and it's just gone.
Yeah.
You say
Yeah,
it. You
feels
say it.
Yeah.
I should know it, but
Vaguely familiar.
Oh, so funny! As you see Arius's hands go down onto the checkered board, and you see that they create this split right down the middle. As you start to see the split goes from the board down into the rest of the ballroom, up the walls, and almost into the infinite ceiling above you. As you start to feel a low rumbling beneath your feet. You can stay here if you want. This Chaosium will collapse and break. You've already done the thing that you were sent here to do. You were sent here to kill Finley. That was the point, to distract you from Palisade's demise. Yeah. And to kill Finley. So you can stay here if you want. I'm just telling you that once you destroy Acker, you're out of the Chaosium. I'm trying to help you. You helped me. I thought I'd return the favor. But I'll leave you for now. I have to get everything ready.
For what?
The end of the world. As you see Arius disappear into this gray mist, and almost you feel this huge amount of power suddenly shoot up and out into the ceiling above you. You feel this wind rushing fast past you. As you feel this immense power, you're having to almost hold on to the ground and take yourself down, squatting, trying to hold on to your base weight just to keep you from flying up, as this huge amount of power just sends you almost soaring upwards until there is nothing. You look around, there are no more shapes in the ballroom. There are no more figures in the thrones. You see that the thrones behind you are broken. The white thrones are broken. The chessboard is broken. And all that remains is a gray door that leads to Andreas Acker. And that is where we will leave tonight's episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
I think you killed Jessica.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
What a rough one.
It was a rough one. This is, they always say it's darkest before the dawn, don't they?
Unless you die before dawn.
Don't worry, Jack can just vote to bring us back to life, like the NPCs.
That'd be cool.
Dead NPCs.
Anyways, thank you all so much. Thank you to everyone who voted in the polls tonight. You did vote to bring light to Palisade, and you did vote to bring light to Andreas Acker. So we saw a glimpse of that. We will see how the rest of that plays out next week.
Interesting.
We will see how the rest of that plays out next week. But ladies and gentlemen, Arius is now released onto the world. The prophecy having come true. The 5 guardians, those who could have stopped Arius, now being slain. But is that really all there is? We're going to have to find out, aren't we? Next time on the Red Queens RPG. But for now, we must thank everyone who made tonight's episode possible. We got very close to a dance. So close. Maybe we'll bring back the dance incentive another time.
No.
Thank you, Peak One.
Peak One.
Demand 1198.
Demand 1198.
Keen 456.
Keen 456.
Dashing CN.
Dashing CN.
Dambowski 11.
Dambowski 11.
Metsu's Phantom.
Metsu's Phantom.
Bedowstein.
Bedowstein.
Zauron 23.
Zauron 23.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Desert Desponia.
Desert Desponia.
Despoina. Peak One.
Peak One.
Dambowski 11.
Dambowski 11.
Black and Gold Coyote.
Black and Gold Coyote.
Giant Replacement Baby.
Giant Replacement Baby.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Damoon Rules.
Damoon Rules.
Natural Ones.
Natural Ones.
Shadow Uzumaki.
Shadow Uzumaki.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Uber Ball D.
Uber Ball D.
Peak One.
Peak One.
And Hail Gangs all here.
Hail Gangs all here.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much. Yes, what will happen now that Arius is unleashed? How will our rat queens be able to stop them? Will they have the chance to stop them? We will figure out next week.
I think it's going to be like a puppy party.
Yeah.
Big old
Cute
puppy party.
It's actually like
Cute old puppy party.
Worked out good.
A puppy bowl. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of amazing things happening right here on Hyper RPG. Tomorrow we've got a Grim Dark Dawn. If you like Warhammer 40k, that is our Warhammer 40k show. So be sure to tune in early for Grim Dark Daily, hosted by Scott, and then for an epic night of non-stop battles. And then Friday we have Troll Hunters. Monday is Kolok 1991. Tuesday is Bloodcurdling Tales in Time, and Wednesday, of course, is the Rat Queens RPG right here on Hyper RPG. And this Saturday we actually are having a Hyper Drive. Yes, Zach and Malika are away, so who knows what's going to happen. Jess, you're running an RPG, aren't you?
I am. I'm doing Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Day.
Oh my god!
At 9 p.m., which is going to be
Do you have like
super
a hot
fun.
dog warrior? Like,
Oh my god! Oh god! Maybe.
Amazing.
Basically, they're gonna have to do odd jobs and like different incentives. Like mom will have to call in and stuff
that's
like
cute.
that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It's
amazing.
sure to be a blast, so be sure to tune into Jess's RPG. Be sure to tune in the other RPGs. It's 12 hours nonstop. You want to be here. You want to see what happens. Zach and Malika will probably be watching as well, and they want to see what happens during this hyperdrive too.
Mom and Dad are gone.
Yes, but if you are also going to be gone at TwitchCon, Hyper is having a meetup on Saturday at 2 p.m. in the board gaming room. I will be there physically, so I will not be here virtually. So if you're at TwitchCon, please come visit us there.
Yes, if you're headed to TwitchCon this weekend, have an amazing safe trip. Go to the Hyper RPG meetup. Say hello to all of our friends there. And if you're interested in all the amazing thing that all these amazing women do here at the table, they've got shows, they've got films, they've got RPGs, they've got podcasts, they've got projects, they've got announcements, and you want to be following them on social media. So be sure to click on their social media links in the chat right now. Get all the deets on these amazing, amazing rat queens and women here at this table. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next week as we conclude this arc. This arc. Not the final arc. This arc.
the labyrinth.
Next
art.
week.
The labyrinth arc. The final room of the labyrinth on the Rat Queens RPG. I'll see you next week. Until then, keep adventuring, my queens.
Get humped.